My name is Tamara Washington. I'm 42 years old. And on the night my husband was making dinner, I got a text from my sister that said, "I can't abort it." I replied for him, "Come over. Let's talk. My wife isn't home today." When the doorbell rang, my husband's face froze like death itself had knocked on our door. Before I dive into the heart-wrenching details of how my world imploded that evening, let me pause for a moment. If this story is already gripping you, if it's stirring something deep inside, maybe a memory of your own betrayal or a fear you've buried, hit that like button right now. Subscribe to the channel for more raw, real stories like this one. And drop a comment below with the city you're watching from. Your support fuels me to keep sharing these tales of survival. And trust me, this one will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about love, family, and revenge. Now, buckle up, because what happened next didn't just shatter my marriage, it redefined my entire existence. And I made damn sure those who betrayed me felt every shard of that broken glass. It was a Thursday evening in our stunning home in Charlotte, North Carolina place. Jerome and I had clawed our way toward through years of grit and sacrifice. Picture it, a 2-story colonial with white shutters, a wraparound porch where we'd sip sweet tea on lazy summers, and a backyard big enough for the kids we'd always dreamed of. Inside, crown molding framed every room like elegant crowns. Hardwood floors gleamed underfoot, and the gourmet kitchen boasted marble countertops that Jerome loved to brag about. We'd started from nothing, you see, back when we were young and broke, crammed into a 1-bedroom apartment near UNC Charlotte, scraping by on ramen and ambition. I was working entry-level jobs in project management, and Jerome was hustling through his MBA program. We'd lie awake at night, whispering about the life we'd build: a house, stability, a family. 15 years of marriage later, we'd made it, or so I believed. That night, Jerome was in the kitchen, apron tied around his waist, the navy blue one I'd gifted him for our anniversary, embroidered with King of the Kitchen and gold thread. He was humming to Luther Van, Never Too Much, his deep, baritone voice filling the air as he stirred a pot of collard greens that had been simmering since noon. The aroma was intoxicating, smoky turkey necks infusing the greens with that perfect southern depth, catfish sizzling in a cast-iron skillet, mac and cheese bubbling away in the oven with a golden crust forming on top, and cornbread cooling on a wire rack, its edges crisp and buttery. He'd made 3 trips to different stores that afternoon: Harris Teeter for the freshest catfish, the local butcher for smoked turkey, and a specialty cheese shop for the sharpest aged cheddar. When he got home, he kissed my forehead gently and said, "Only the best for my queen." His queen. That's what he called me. After all these years, it still made my heart flutter, a reminder that our love was enduring, special. I was perched at the kitchen island, flipping through a glossy magazine about home decor, but my mind was miles away. For the past 2 weeks, I'd been in a fog. Ever since I'd found that pregnancy test tucked under the passenger seat of Jerome's BMW, I'd been searching for my lost sunglasses, rummaging around, when my fingers brushed against something plastic wrapped in a crumpled CVS receipt. I pulled it out, unfolded it, and there it was, a positive test. 2 bold pink lines staring back at me like accusatory eyes. My first reaction was joy, a leap in my chest. Maybe Jerome had bought it for me, planning a romantic reveal. We'd been discussing starting a family more seriously lately. At 42, with Jerome at 44, the clock was ticking louder than ever. Our friends were grandparents already, and we'd put it off for careers, for stability. But then I checked the receipt date, 3 weeks ago. A Tuesday afternoon when I'd been buried in meetings at work, and my period, it had arrived right on time that month, like clockwork. So whose test was this? The realization hit like a freight train, an affair. My husband, the man I'd built everything with, was cheating. And worse, his mistress was pregnant. My hands shook as I sat in that car for 20 agonizing minutes. The world blurring around me. Questions swirled. Who was she? How long had this been going on? Was it someone from his office? A client? A stranger? But I didn't storm inside and confront him. That's not who I am. I'm Tamara Washington, Senior Project Manager at a Fortune 500 firm. I don't react on emotion. I strategize. I gather data, analyze risks, build contingency plans. So that's what I did. For 2 weeks, I played the devoted wife smiling at his jokes, cuddling on the couch during movie nights, even making love to him while I secretly investigated. I checked his phone when he showered, noting unfamiliar numbers and deleted messages. I monitored our bank statements for odd charges, hotel rooms in nearby towns, dinners at upscale restaurants he claimed were business, meetings I tracked as late, nights at the office, via the GPS on his car app. Piece by piece, the puzzle formed, but I still didn't have the full picture. Not until that Thursday night. As Jerome chopped onions for the salad, his knife rhythmic against the cutting board, chop, chop, his phone buzzed on the counter between us. The screen lit up in the fading evening light, and I glanced over before he could. The name Nia, my sister, my baby sister, the one I'd raised like my own after Mama died. The girl I'd worked double shifts to put through Spelman College. The one who called me her second mama. The message preview was brief but explosive. I can't abort it. We need to talk. Time stopped. My heart hammered against my ribs. But I forced my face to remain neutral, a mask of calm. Inside, though, a bomb detonated. Everything clicked into place, the pregnancy test in the car, Jerome's guilty glances lately, Nia's sudden avoidance of my calls, her canceling Sunday dinners, 3 weeks in a row with flimsy excuses, like work overload or not feeling well. My husband had impregnated my sister. And from the context, he'd been pushing her to abort, to erase the evidence of their sin. Something inside me died right then, not just my fading love for Jerome, which had been eroding over these 2 weeks of discovery, but my faith in family, in trust, in the idea that blood meant protection. If Nia, the girl I'd sacrificed so much for nights without sleep, skipped vacations, delayed dreams, could do this, then who could I rely on? No one. The answer was a hollow echo. No one. But I didn't explode. I sat there, still as stone, watching Jerome dice tomatoes now, his back to me, oblivious. Chop, chop, chop. Each strike felt like it was severing parts of my life. 15 years of marriage, 26 years of sisterhood, all reduced to lies. He turned with a beaming smile, holding out a spoon. Baby, taste these greens. Need more vinegar. His voice was so warm, so genuine, that for a split second, doubt flickered. Was I wrong? Had I misread? But no, the phone sat there like a smoking gun. I walked over, tasted the greens. They were perfection. Tangy, spicy, with that subtle sweetness from the turkey. Delicious, I said, kissing his cheek. His skin felt icy against my lips. Or maybe it was me who'd turned cold, frozen to the core. Good, he grinned, pride swelling. Only the best for my queen. Go sit. Dinner's almost ready. My queen. I wondered if he had pet names for Nia too. Baby girl, sweetness. What whispers had he shared with her in seedy hotel rooms or stolen moments? Did he promise to leave me? Tell her he loved her? Or just urge her to take care of it and stay silent? While he turned back to the stove, I slipped his phone into my hand. My pulse thundered, but my fingers were steady. I knew the passcode: 0615, our wedding anniversary, June 15th, the day we'd vowed fidelity before God and family. The irony burned like acid. The phone unlocked, and I opened what's. Nia's chat was pinned at the top. I avoided opening the new message to prevent read receipts, scrolling up instead. What I found twisted my gut like a knife. Months, 8 months since last summer. Hundreds of messages. I miss you so much. Stop thinking about last night. When can I see you again? They planned meets, laughed about excuses, mocked my cluelessness. Tamara thinks I'm at a late meeting. Lol. Voice notes too. But I couldn't listen, couldn't bear hearing Jerome's tender tone reserved for her, or Nia's giggles in response. I found the pregnancy reveal 3 weeks ago. Nia texting missed my period. Jerome, don't panic. Get a test. Then a photo, the same test I'd found. What are we going to do? Her plea. His reply, take care of it, I'll pay. Clinic in Colombia. No one knows. But Nia had wavered, canceling appointments twice. Not sure. Need time. Jerome's responses grew frantic. Not negotiable. Can't have this baby. It'll destroy everything. Be smart, Nia. Tonight's message was her stand, keeping the baby, forcing his hand. I knew what to do. Fingers flying, I typed, "Come over. Let's talk. My wife isn't home today. We can figure this out together." Sent, delivered. Read, dots, danced her reply. Okay, 30 minutes. Perfect. I screenshotted the thread, emailed it to myself, deleted traces, and replaced the phone exactly as found. Then I sat waiting, as Jerome plated dinner like a chef on TV. Golden catfish, glossy greens, bubbly mac, fluffy cornbread with honey butter. It looked like love, but I knew rot lurked beneath. We ate at the dining table, the oak one from Raleigh we'd saved for, dreaming of heirlooms for kids. Jerome chattered about work, a promotion looming, better schools for our future family. I nodded, pushing food around, tasting ash. He didn't notice, too wrapped in his facade. The clock ticked, 7:45. Nia. Apartment was 35 minutes away in traffic. She was always late, a habit I'd lectured her on growing up. But tonight, punctuality mattered. You're quiet, Jerome said, touching my hand. His warmth felt alien. Tired, long day. But this dinner, perfect. Thanks for caring. His smile lit up. Always. Baby, liar. He cleared dishes, insisting I relax. In the living room, on our leather couch, I heard him whistle Luther again. My phone buzzed. Nia, almost there. Is T really not home? T for Tamara, for the mother figure I'd been since Mama's death. She was 16 when a drunk driver killed our nurse mom in a head-on crash. I was 29, newlywed. Nia moved in. I became guardian, worked 2 jobs, coordinator by day, waitress by night while Jerome studied. I helped with homework, college apps, prom dresses, paid for Spelman, room, books. Jerome and I struggled, but Nia was family, my heart, and this was her repayment. Doorbell at 8:07, Jerome's whistling halted. Who at this hour? I'll get it, I called sweetly. I rose, smoothing my blouse, steeling myself. This was my moment from victim to avenger. Opening the door, Nia stood there. Jeans and sweater, hair in a puff, face scared. Seeing me, color drained. Tamara, I thought, Jerome said. Hello, baby sister, I said, voice like ice. Here for my husband. Her mouth gaped. Behind me, Jerome, baby who? Footsteps stopped. Silence choked the air. Don't stand in the cold, I said, opening wider. Come in, we're family, right? Mi casa y su casa tu hufi. Been making yourself comfortable with my husband already, Nia stammered, eyes tearing. Tamara, please. I can explain. Oh, I'm sure. Explain sleeping with my husband for 8 months. Getting pregnant. Lying while I funded your life. Come in, I'm dying to hear. She stepped inside, trapped. I closed the door click, like a coffin nail. Jerome gripped the frame, gray-faced. Phone dropped. Tamara, I can explain. I know. Both full of explanations. But first, sit. Civilized conversation. I gestured Nia to the armchair, Jerome to the couch. Can I get drinks? Nia, water, juice, milk for pregnant women, or peach herbal tea I stocked for you, because you were family. She flinched. Water's fine. In the kitchen, I bypassed crystal for a plastic cup, cheap, disposable, filled with tap water, made Earl Grey in fine china for Jerome and me, gold-rimmed. Special occasions. Back I set the tray. Plastic for Nia, china for us. Message clear, you're trash. Sipping tea, I said. Cozy, huh? Family. What does that make us when husband impregnates sister? Silence, Nia cried quietly. Jerome stared at hands. It makes you a cheater. I pointed at Jerome. You, a traitor. At Nia, liars, who took my sacrifices and spat on them. I recounted Jerome, 15 years of devotion. Nia home after Mama's death. Education funded through my exhaustion. When did it start? Last July, family reunion at Lake Norman. Nia stayed AC broken. I left early for setup. You took care of her. Jerome turned green. Wasn't planned. Just happened. I laughed bitterly. 8 months just happened. Hotel rooms, dates, pregnancy. To Nia, you ate my food Sundays, hugged me, while screwing him. How? I'm sorry, she sobbed. Never wanted to hurt you. But you did. My control cracked. Worst lies. Pretending normal while making me a fool. I revealed finding the test, investigating, texting her tonight. You texted me, horror in her eyes. Yes. Felt good, rushing here thinking I was gone. I never wanted this. I love him. He loves me. Love like that excused it. You love my husband. What makes you special? He'll cheat on you too. To Jerome, do you love her? I don't know. She made me feel young, alive. Blame me, because I was perfect. No, just explaining. No explanation justifies. I paced, voice rising. You chose this. Over and over. Grabbing wedding photo, I smashed it. That's what you did to us. Pulled phone, evidence, divorce. Everyone knows. Jerome panicked. Please, not my job. Should have thought before. To Nia, leave. We're not sisters. You're on your own. She begged. Family blood. Watch me cut you out. Take him his lies, infidelity. See how that works? Whispered as she left. Next time visiting my husband, call. I'm not always out, and that baby, not my nephew. Walk alone. She fled sobbing. I faced Jerome. We need to talk. Nothing left. You destroyed us, contaminated Nia and me, dumped dinner in trash. That's our marriage. Read messages aloud. Intimate financial gifts from joint funds. I'm sorry. Couldn't stop. If you loved me, you'd have stopped. Served divorce papers. Out. Done. He begged. Counseling. Anything. You gave up. I'm accepting. Packed bag. Left for Simone's. Drove crying. World blurring. At Simone's, she hugged me. You've got this. Days later, she helped file divorce. Separate finances. Told father his heartbreak mirrored mine. Church knew. Judgment fell on them. Court. Evidence presented. Nia testified. Pregnant confirming affair. Judge favored me. 65% house. Restitution. Half 401k. Post-divorce. Nia had boy, Marcus. Jerome paid support. Not together. I refused involvement. Rebuilt. Townhouse. Promotion. Therapy. Book club. New friends. Year later, Facebook message. My story inspired escape from abuse. Found community of survivors. Now, 43, single, happy hard-earned peace. If betrayed, you survive. Boundaries aren't harsh. They're survival. Comment your city story. Like, subscribe. Super thanks. Watch more, survival tales. You deserve loyalty. Choose yourself. You've got this.